How's it going, everybody? And welcome back to the Shannon's Garage Australia YouTube channel. Alrighty, so on today's episode, we're starting it a bit late. I completely forgot to do an intro and forgot to record most of this. But that little 320i E36 that you've seen in the background, there she is. Now, I bought that a few weeks ago, along with a front cut, which is sitting there, and another engine, which is over here. Now, don't know the condition of either of the engines in the front cut or in the standalone one, but the one that's actually in the car is cactus. And when I say cactus, I mean it is stuffed. No head, it's rotted, it's rusted, it's seized, it is absolutely stuffed. Isn't that right, old boy? Start it up, put some fuel in it, and away she goes?
Yep, ready to run.
Ready to run. That's what the old man reckons, but it's not. It is hammered. So what we're doing at the moment, as you can see, it's up on the hoist. We've got to try and get the old engine out, put one of these other motors in it, and fingers crossed, hopefully we can get this little thing running. Now, this one is a bit more of a project, more like, say, the two convertibles or the AC Schnitzer. Needs a full respray. The body's a bit rough. The interior's it's not too bad. It's got some really awesome and unique things in this. One, the interior trim coat on this is really rare here in Australia. You can't actually ever get them. This one here is actually a Japanese import. So there's a lot of things on it that you don't get here in Oz. One of them, which I'll show you in a second, is the center console option. It is really, really cool and it looks amazing. I'm thinking I might actually have to keep that, get it out of the car nicely and put it in my convertible, my wide body, because it looks really, really cool. Otherwise, yeah, look, it's not too bad. Let me show you a bit more about the car and then Dad and I'll let you know exactly what we're up to. All right, guys, so here's the engine. Look at this beautiful twin cam head. That is just sensational. Look at it. And she is absolutely stuffed. So the problem that we've got at the moment is because the motor is seized, we can't get to the last torque converter bolt, which is underneath. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to pull the whole lot out together, torque converter with the engine, and then take the sump off and do it that way. But let me show you a little bit more about the car. So it is actually running a set of BBS factory wheels, I guess, but the offset of them is E39 offset. So they actually look really, really fat on this car, which is really cool. They actually stick right out, making the whole thing look really neat. This is the interior trim coat. So as I said, it's a bit different. It's a grey cloth interior, not something that I've seen here in Australia before. What I do really like though is this rare factory option. Look at that. That is super, super cool. It is a sunroof model. It is relatively complete, you know, so she is absolutely filthy, but it is a 320i. Used to be a manual. It has been converted to automatic, which sucks. I wish it was still a manual, but hey, such is life. Anyway, Dad and I better get back into getting this thing done, so stay tuned. As you can hear, Dad's very happy. Very good, very good, very good. Engine out, torque converter out. We are good to go. So now really it's just a matter of deciding which engine we're going to put in and putting it in. So let's go and have a look at these motors. Okay, so here are the two motors. They are both M50 B20s. This one here came out of the front cut, which we took out this morning. Sorry I didn't film any of that, guys. Dad and I were just, zooming through and, I forgot to press record and all that kind of jazz. But there it is, it's out. The other one, same motor. It is an M50 B20. Now this one looks like it's had you know, at least the valve cover off at some point. It looks to be a little bit cleaner than the other one is. But, you know, we can't seem to get it to turn over. So we will have to wait and see which one of these we put in. We'll do that tomorrow. The other question, though, what if we put in the M60B40? Weld up a couple of holes. Should be good to bolt in. What do you reckon, Dad? Which motor do you reckon we're going to go with?
The Holden out front.
This is a BMW workshop, mate, not a Holden workshop.
I don't know, we'll see if we can turn this motor over first.
All right. Let's see if we can get this one turned over, because it does look to be like the better engine.
Doing something to it, so.
It could have a bit of work done, we just don't know. So let's see if we can get it to turn over. If we can, happy days, it'll go in tomorrow. Alrighty, so upon further inspection, what we have realized is the red motor is cactus. It's obviously been underwater or something, because it is completely seized. And after taking the coil packs and the spark plugs and everything out of it, it is toast. That block is absolutely stuffed. So that one is the motor we're going to use, which we're going to put in tomorrow morning, because right now it's getting late in the afternoon. We had a late start to the day and I am stuffed. I dislocated my shoulder a little bit ago, which you'll probably see in the time lapse, and yeah, I'm a bit achy now. So yeah, anyway, first motor is the motor we're going to put in, one out of the half cut, which we will do tomorrow morning. So on that, see you all in the morning.
Several days later.
Alrighty, so it is a couple of days later now, and we've got a fair bit of work done. A lot of it's all been off camera. We've made one hell of a mess of the workshop. As you can see, I have parts and engines absolutely everywhere in this place at the moment. As we discussed the other day, this engine toast. So the old boy has gone and stripped every usable part off that engine, and we're going to scrap the block. The one next to it, this one, that's the one that's going into that coupe, which will happen probably tomorrow. Dad at the moment is stripping the heads off the M60 B40 because they are still salvageable and worth a fair bit of money. The other engine that's come out of the little coupe, which is there, is toast as well, but we're going to get all the usable parts off that. The big thing that we've done over the last couple of days, which is huge, and I probably should have filmed a lot of it, but just so busy. As you can see, that's the coupe wreck. And as you can see, there's no arse end because it's there sitting on top of the trailer. Now, I did tell you guys in a previous video that I am going to turn that coupe into a trailer. Now, that has already now started. So as you can see, there it is. I've got to cut floors out and do some cutting and welding and all that kind of stuff. But essentially, it's a trailer. I am turning the coupe arse end into a trailer. Now, it will be wide-bodied, exactly the same as the convertible. I do have a tow bar setup coming for the convertible as well, which is going to be super, super cool, which means I'm going to be able to tow this on the back of that to car shows and stuff like that. It's going to be epically insane and great. The silver car, another thing we also did off camera as well, we changed the entire PVC system in that. All the lines, the valve, the whole box and dice is now completely done, and that car is running like a champion. No more vibrating, no more noises. It's actually quite a decent little car, to be honest with you. It's really, really cool. The burgundy one, that is now finished. So I actually have a gentleman by the name of Dennis coming tomorrow morning, some stage, maybe 10, 10:30, 11-ish or something, to have a look at it and fingers crossed buy it so we can get another one out of the workshop so I can continue buying some more, because Shannon's done it again. I believe I may have bought another car. We'll see. Stay tuned. But right now, I'm just going to go inside, help Dad strip these motors down, get them all done, so that way when Mick from Slick Towing gets here tomorrow, he can pick up all the scrap, because I've got a half cut here. I have a pile of metal and steel and shit there, and another half cut there. To all my subscribers, and I know all of you, because most of you have been here, hit me up if you want an M50 manifold. I have 2 M50 manifolds for sale, both in really good shape. DM me on Instagram at Shannon's Garage Australia and we'll talk price. Anyway, let's get these motors stripped. All right, so as you can see behind me, Dad is still working on getting the heads off that M60. While me, on the other hand, sorry, I got a bit of a sore throat, guys. Me, on the other hand, I've pulled apart the loom that came out of the little coupe because I believe that the loom that's on the new motor, that one, is different. So the plan is to use the loom out of the car onto this. So now I'm just going to set the camera up on time lapse and set it up for you guys so you can see it. But what I'm actually going to do is take off every single plug and whatnot on this one and keep my fingers crossed that the loom that came out of the car marries up to the engine that's going into the car, and that should be just a straight bolt in. Is that the plan, Dad? Sounds all right to him, which means it must be all right. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so as you just saw by the time lapse, this side is now completely torn out. As you can see, there is not a skerrick of wiring left in there. Not fun, guys, not fun at all. I probably should have taken the inlet manifold off to get down into it a bit easier, but oh well, such is life. Now it's time to feed the new one back through, and then this thing will be ready to go back in the car. So let me put time lapse back on again and let's get it going. All right, so as you can see behind me, the motor is now completely wired up. Everything's back together. We've gone through, ran some new vacuum lines. Do still have to go out and get some fuel lines and stuff for it, but it looks like we've got this thing completely sussed. Now it's time to take it outside, give it a really good degrease and high pressure wash before putting it back into the car. So let's get it going. Alright, so there we have it. One degreased, cleaned and ready to go in motor. He's not bad. is not bad at all. Dad did a really good job of cleaning it up. I did a great job of rewiring it. So,
Happy
and
days.
likewise, a nice, clean, degreased engine bay. Everything is nice and clean in here now, ready for that nice clean motor to be bolted back in, and away we go. All right, everyone. Well, that's going to be a wrap for today's video. It's getting late in the afternoon now already, and I have a gentleman coming to have a look at the Burgundy E39. Fingers crossed she goes today, so that way we've got some funds spared up to buy some more cars and some more toys and some more fun stuff. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. On the next episode, we will put that motor inside that car. Probably not get it running because there's still a fair bit of stuff that we need to do, but it should be pretty bloody close to starting. So stay tuned for that. We'll get into that tomorrow, but for now, like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content. And Dad, stay cool.